to talk about the Nyonya and Her Jewellery. So she has given a talk last month to a full house, and as you can see, the space is not that big. So really, we could not accommodate more because also safety issues. So without further ado, I will introduce Lily to all of you. Please give her a hand.
Good afternoon. Jababri. I will tell you, I was born and raised in Penang, but I have been here in KL since 1966. So some of you may not even be born yet. This is how old I am. I've been here since 1966. I guess that says about me, very Penang Nyonya. So when I asked you, Jababri, it's Hokkien for have you eaten? And that's what Nyonyas always do, ask you the first thing when they see you, Jababri. So I hope you enjoyed the tea that was sponsored by Johnny. We thank him for the space and also for the tea. Okay, today I'm going to repeat my talk. I will tell you a little bit different, slightly, hopefully, about the Nyonya and Her Jewellery. So this would be me. I'm not a Germanologist, nor am I a jeweler. It's just a passion for collecting. And see this old lady? I'm going to tell you my stories, my experiences. Not AI, this old lady, this Nyonya is going to share. I'm sharing. This is a sharing session. Okay, all my stories and my experiences. So I'll start with, that's my grandmother. Who are the Nyonyas? And that's my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, wearing croissant bintang. See the tree, which is not very common, three croissants there. So I'm going to tell you more about what Penang people, basically Penang Nyonyas wear. Well, I know a little bit of the southern Nyonya jewelry, okay? But today, basically, if you have any questions, please stop me. Can you hear me? Yes, everybody, clear enough? Is the mic okay? Okay, right. Who are the Nyonyas? Nyonyas are female descendants of early Chinese who settled in the colonial street settlement. They created a hybrid culture, a localized, meaning we've got Chinese, we've got Indian, we've got Malay, a lifestyle of the effort. And also, they were Anglophile with influences from Thailand, Myanmar, Burma, and Indonesia. So, what are their jewelry like? What is their jewelry like? It's the jewelry worn by women of that community, be it traditional jewelry from their Chinese ancestors. Some actually originates from China. It's not all here, okay? And also ornaments that have been adapted from other local communities, or those even from our neighboring countries. And also from the different European countries which once colonized this region. Many were especially handcrafted, unique innovations to enhance their lifestyle and attire, many of which are convertibles. I'll explain that to you why I say convertibles, or adaptable for different uses. Actually, jewelry is the luxury of the wealthy, and Nyonya jewelry is a crowning glory of Straits Chinese material culture. Many are now in the form of replicas, Nyonya-inspired, or costume jewelry. Well, start with a Nyonya and Her Jewellery are never apart. My statement, That's my mother, a baby, taken in 1918. Those are are my maternal grandparents, my uncle, 2 uncles, and an auntie there. That's mine. So as a child, during Mua Gui, in those days, Mua Gui is not what we have 1 full month. Those days, Mua Gui means 100 days. Different, huh? But anyway, during Mua Gui, different people celebrate differently. You know, Penang, he will give you nasi kuning, angku, that kind of thing. Do you still do that now? I don't know. But then these, when these are given to you, you know, they go to the house, they give to relatives and all that, and the relatives will actually give gold jewelry for the baby. So it could be chains, pendants, bangles, anklets, child-size rings. So as the child grows, you have child-size bangle. That bangle actually belonged to me. I've got a pair. Okay, it's adjustable. And what you see in black, that is elephant tail hair. See the black? Women actually make them into rings. And that is, according to the Penang Thai people, is a protection for the person wearing it. You know, we are very good at pantangs and, you know, that thing to protect anybody, right? So this is a kind of protection. And also that bracelet actually belonged to my father's sister. And you can see a case there, a talisman case. So the child will have a special talisman made, put in that case. And you see that? So this is also part of it. So this is like, sometimes you have bracelets where you have little charms. It could be a heart, it could be a gold coin, you know, ingot, whatever Chinese designs and all that. And these are all actually, we are very concerned of when we bring out our children that they don't get charmed, you know, whatever. That's how tradition was. And okay, growing up as a young Nyonya, that's my father's cousin. So my paternal aunt. Okay, a young lady. These are portrait. She's dressed up for a portrait. So it's not a bride. She's just a young lady. So she would have all decked up like this. So young Nyonyas, when I was growing up as a child, I used to wear jewelry to school. Chinese New Year, 15 days undecked. Chinese New Year, 15 days. So this was expected of the culture in Penang. So on a daily basis, you will have at least a chain or a bangle. And we have our young girls, our daughters' ears pierced while they were very young. We're preparing them to wear long chandelier earrings and all that. So for 3 days in a year, we consider it auspicious on the Goddess of Mercy's feast day. That is lunar calendar, 2nd month, 6th month, and 9th month on the 19th day. That is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 19th of the 9th month. All the goldsmith shops in those days were full. They will be bringing their daughters to have their ears pierced. It's significant. Then, I don't know what people do, they just go to the shop. Done. That wasn't how it was before. Okay, brides leaving home. That's my paternal grandparents on the 12th day of their wedding. In the olden days, this was taken early 1900, still the golden era of the Peranakans, of the Swiss Chinese in Penang. Our weddings then were 12 days long. They start on the first day and you end on the 12th day. So on the 12th day, the bride will return to her maternal home. The first day, the bridegroom will come, fetch the bride to his home. She offers tea to his family, and they will gift the bride normally gold jewelry. Okay? It's the bridegroom side which would, when you offer tea, give the bride jewelry. But on the 12th day, she returns. That's how she's dressed. When she returns to her maternal side, and when that ceremony, the tea ceremony, where he offers tea to her family, that is when it's either marriage is annulled or not. Oh, you know how it was in the olden days. You're not a virgin, even though it's arranged. It's annulled. So when he goes to her side and he offers tea to her parents, that completes the ceremony. Okay? Actually, when she leaves home, when the bride leaves home, she is gifted jewelry by her own parents. This is her insurance. Nyonya brides in Penang, well, that was tradition. The parents do not accept dowry, not in cash, never in cash. But if the groom side insists that they want to, buy, I'm putting inverted commas, the bride side will actually use that money, buy jewelry. No cash, they do not take the cash, they do not keep it, they will buy jewelry. So when she leaves, in the morning when she leaves, she goes back with the jewelry. In the olden days, my goodness, they will have these carriers of trays of jewelry on red cloth, parade when they go to the groom side, and you can see that jewelry is bought with the money that was given by the groom side. What she wears may not all be hers, but this is basically what her parents give her. It's an insurance. Anything happens, that jewelry is hers, given by her parents. Yes? And then if you see some brides, they're all decked up. Does not necessarily mean it's all hers, because in Penang society, when somebody's daughter is getting married, the relatives, the business associates, they are very proud and they are very happy for you, and they will lend their jewelry to be used, and that is what kinship is all about. Trust. We trust you, we are happy for you, this is it. And then after the wedding, they know the jewelry will be returned. So if you see a bride fully decked, it may not all be hers. This is grandmother, look at the bubbles, and it's gold. How many pounds she's carrying, I do not know. But just plenty. 5 fingers, nothing on the toes. She's got galang kaki. Excuse me. Sorry. Then we have accumulating Nyonya children. That's my mom. Taken in 1951. I was already born. And you can see, this was just a photograph that was taken in the studio. And she's got nice earrings, the neck, baranda, and a nice pendant here. So in the Penang Swiss Chinese family, it was our culture to keep, because jewelry is considered an investment, especially gold. Its purity. Gold also symbolizes prosperity. If you buy gold, it has its intrinsic value. You drop it, it's still gold. If there's upheaval, let's say the worst happens. The easiest, not your shares, not your houses that you can sell. Put your jewelry in the pack. If you've got a lot, backpack, run with it. Anywhere in the world, it's accepted. The gold value will be there. And during the Japanese occupation, lots of families were saved because of the jewelry they had. They could sell it off and buy food and start all over again. If you see any old portraits of Penang families, it's very likely you see all the ladies all formally dressed from head to toe, because it is actually not just a statement of wealth, but shrewdness and austerity. And it actually reflects your family status. And a wife, well, in those days, most of the ladies were not working. Okay? Whatever they wore actually reflects on her husband. He can afford to have you dressed up like that. Is that, do you understand where I'm going? Yes? And matriarchs actually own 3 sets. One is the gold set that she will wear every day. Whether it's her hairpin, necklace, earrings, whatever. Normally she will have 3 sets. One is just gold without much jewelry. And the second set would be the one with diamonds and all the gems that you have encrusted. And she will take her family portrait with it, go for very special functions with it, and it's all like with diamonds, bling, 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 bling everywhere. But the third set would be silver with pearls, and that is kept for when there is a death in the family, because we mourn for 3 years. Traditionally, we mourn for 3 years. So if she's attending a wake, she would be dressed properly, not with diamonds and gold, but in silver and pearls, or if she's attending a funeral. So as the Nyonya gets more affluent, she'll keep on buying more. That's why we keep on accumulating. And if you look at the Nyonya, she may have something that she acquired when she was much younger. So there will be, different times of her life that she would collect different things. And okay, jewelry materials. What do we use for our Nyonya jewelry? It could be gold. It could be swasa. Swasa is just 9% gold. 9-carat gold, they call it. It is about, not 9% gold. It's 33% gold. So 9-carat. There's more copper in it than, so it's kind of a rose gold color, but it's very hard. So if you have a piece that says swasa, it's actually, when you have big stones or anything like that, you can't have pure gold. Nobody uses pure gold, right till now, nobody uses pure gold for jewelry with stones. The claws are too soft, you will drop your stones. So if it's 9-carat, it could be because it is hard enough. Normally now is what we have for our diamonds and all that is 20-carat, which is 75% gold. Okay, so swasa, because of the copper content, it is considered a kind of protection. So the Thai ladies, they're very suspicious. We pantang a lot also. But the Thai ladies, they particularly like swasa jewelry because of the copper content and because they believe, the Thais believe in this charm, that charm, black magic, that whatever. So that kind of swasa protects them. So the quality, there was no actually quality control. If you find a piece of jewelry that's very old, in those days there was no such thing as an SA office that controls the purity of the gold. Some pieces may be as good as 22 carat. 1 carat, pure gold is 24 carat. Pure gold. So normally, if you chop, I don't know how they call it in Chinese, yes? You may find rings and your ring will just go out of shape if you wear it every day, you know, because it's 100% gold. So it's very soft. Normally, we will have 22 karat gold, which is what you have now, 91.6%, and lower, 75, 585. You know, if you go down the scale, it doesn't matter. For me personally, if I'm going to buy a nice handcrafted vintage jewelry, I don't care. As long as it's gold, I'm paying for the gold price, I'm paying for the vintage value, because you cannot find really good vintage jewelry anymore. That's newly made. Our jewelers are never as good as what they were before. So, the other thing, what we use is, okay, I've covered the metal part, and the diamonds. Oh, before I forget, do you know that we have gold in Malaysia? We actually mine gold in Pahang and also in Sabah. And annual report, if I read correctly, is like 2 tons a year. Gold coming from Malaysia. So we are rich. Yes. And diamonds, we actually find diamonds in Sarawak. You know, in Indonesia, you will find it in Kalimantan, Pontianak, Banjarmasin, plenty of diamonds, and they actually have what we call intanimia. I'll come back to that. But in the peninsula, I don't know of any diamond mines. So diamonds, I'll categorize it into intan. Intan is actually a Malay word, and it's actually a rough cut diamond. Or some people say rose cut diamond. So there are many qualities of intan. So it could be just the kulit, which is like, okay, you happen to find a thin piece and it still sparkles, you call it intan. But in the much earlier days, there were intans that were really big. It's just that it wasn't faceted as what we have now. What we have the brilliant cut now, which is like 59 cuts. Okay, all according to geometrical, you know, angles and all that. In the olden days, you have the all-mine cut, rose cut. Different people call it differently, and in different period. So that is also considered intan. Then we have berlian. That is also a Malay word. I'm Hokkien berlian, you know, that kind of thing. But in Malay it's berlian. Berlian means it's faceted, it's properly cut. It may not be, like I said, what you have now, which is very thin, but it has a specific 59 cuts. The table, everything, you know. In those days, it has the table, but it does not have so many cuts. Well, 4Cs, everybody knows diamond 4Cs. The most important is the cut because it reflects light. Okay, so when you have in the olden days, it reflects light, but it's not what you see now, commercially cut diamonds. And then there is Betawi Swan. That's a Hokkien word actually, Betawi Swan. Swan is diamond. Betawi actually is Batavia. Batavia is the old Dutch word for Jakarta. So those diamonds that came through Jakarta, we used to call them Betawi Swan. So there are some pieces that are actually with old cut diamonds, that's Betawi Swan. So if you see a piece and they tell you Betawi Swan or Batavia diamond, you know it's still diamond. It's still, the cut is slightly different, that's all. Okay? Then we have colorful stones. That is a cabochon. Cabochon means polish. You know, your jade is in certain stones like your cat's eye or whatever. Your star sapphires, they are polished. When it's polished, they use the word cabochon. Okay? When it's cut, then it's faceted. Say. So, and that is a pearl. That's that's a ruby that is Myanmar cabochon, ruby from Myanmar, and with diamonds surrounding it. That design is called entourage. So when you have your engagement ring set like this, it's called entourage. Okay, so that is a cabochon ruby. And then we have also pearls. So like I said, pearls mainly to the Straits Chinese is reserved for death, mourning, going for a wake. And you use pearls. Well, it's the very British. Pearls is tears, but not really Chinese. Huh? We don't care, you know. But very very European tears. It represents tears. So blue sapphires. Okay, blue sapphires, blue. So, well, that's how the Peranakans and Nonyas think about. First year of mourning, only black and white, yes? Whether it's your kabaya, whether it's your sarong, you only wear black and white for the first year. But the second year, you will add in blue. So sapphires, if it's just the silver and all that, you can wear it on the second year of mourning. Not be gold, no gold. And then, in the third year, you can add in green. See, when we wear green kabayas, green and blue sarongs, that is actually in the olden days, the third year of mourning. So when you have emerald and jade, oh, we actually wear jade now. Don't let anybody tell you Nonyas don't wear jade. We actually do. So we keep that that was how it was. We keep that for the third year of mourning. And if somebody tells you batu salon is white sapphire. It's not diamond, and it's, well, the Malays call it Yakob lah. The Indonesians also do. It looks like intan, but diamond, any form of diamond is pure carbon. Yes. So if you use a diamond tester, because you're testing the density, you use a diamond tester and it goes bust and it goes up. The color goes up, you know it's diamond, carbon, 100%. But if it does not, it looks like diamond, but it does not. Don't get fooled. It is actually batu salon, Yakob, or what sapphire. It looks very much alike, but it is not. Okay? Then we also use gold coins. Have you seen jewelry using gold coins? We actually use the British sovereign, okay, and the US dollar. We also have Dutch coins, also Dutch coins. So that is a US dollar that I actually inherited from my grandfather. It's an actual US dollar. You can see the date there, but the value of the coin is not what you can get if it's mint condition. You know, when you are selling a mint condition coin, those people collect one. No, you lose it because it has been solded with gold. So grandfather made this, I don't know for who, but anyway, I inherited it, and that's a pendant. Can you see that? It's a gold coin. This one, actually, it's an old coin with more intricate design. Oh, sorry. Can you see this one? Yeah. So these are the two, like a peasant kind of thing, you know. And that coin was originally molded. You know, we are good at it. We mold the coin, you know, and they use this. But my friend who made that for me has changed this coin to a Hong Kong coin because it has the lotus flower. He changed it for me because my Chinese name is Chuah, and Chuah means lotus. So I had a great friend who did it especially for me. You can find these coins, or you can find these are coins, but these coins are actually molded. And this is made into a croissant. See the two chains? Yeah? So this is a croissant. They use coins also. This is, it may not sound nice, okay? Aspirants. You're not that level of that filthy rich to be able to own diamonds and things like that and even everything gold. Aspirants use cheaper gilt metal. They may have silver and then they gilt it. Okay? Silver and then gilt it. It looks like gold, but it may not be. So if you buy something, please test it, whether it's silver or gold. And also, they use semi-precious stones. Okay? We have semi-precious stones that look like rubies, look like emerald, look like, and then they use crystal. Some of them are crystal. That particular piece is a German crystal. Synthetic? It's synthetic. And this was very popular in the 1950s. And this crystal, I've only seen it in two colors. Pink, shocking pink, or blue sapphire. And they are so good. Anybody who has inherited this, you'll find that there are no chips. It's crystal, man-made, but there are no chips because it's so hard. This particular design, we call it a sharp marquee. You see the two sharp ends. It's a ring. This is mine. It's a ring, but it's a set in gold. It's just that the stone was very popular with the Nyonyas. See this one? It's German crystal. Okay, joyous occasions. Joyous occasions. For celebrations, we use gold, we use diamonds, we use rubies. And that is a diamond tip necklace. It's very Victorian. There's a ribbon here. Can you see? This is diamond. And this is a cluster. And these are little tulips. So this was very popular before the Japanese occupation. People were rich enough, they owned a lot of things like that. Okay? And also, you would wear long dangling earrings like this. That's actually a pierce, and then all the designs, there's a bird there. So we will have also for morning jewelry when like I said, when there's a death in the family, Nyonya would be wearing something like this. This is actually silver with green stones, green emerald for the third year. It's a silver, it's dragonfly. And this is pure silver, just a 3-leaf clover, pure silver. And these are with pearls. Yeah, this is a very classic design. The S sign, can you see that? Which is very classic, the S. Okay. So this is what you would wear, what Nyonya would wear when she's in mourning, she's attending a wake or a funeral. But Nyonyas, in the old times when we went through the proper 12-day ceremony when weddings were matchmade. So the eve of the wedding ceremony, there will be a Teong, what we call growing up, coming of age ceremony, the night before the wedding. So it happens on both the bride and the bridegroom's side. They would be dressed in white, something like There's a lot of pantang, how to make the baju and all that. But most basically it's just a white sampu, white cotton sampu, and with frog buttons and things like that. And they would use that for that ceremony the night before. After the event, she would keep that suit until she dies, or he dies. And when they die, the bride and bridegroom, we will put that on them first before put on their clothes. Okay, I don't know whether you have heard of it, but when my mother-in-law died, I did that for her. Wore her jiao tao sa, we call it jiao tao sa, that white sampu, and then put on her kebaya for her. Yes, and then the jewelry she had on were pearls, you can have them pearls and silver. When my mom died, she had her own pearl and silver jewelry, so that's what I did for her when my mom died. Put on her pearl and silver jewelry, and we cremated her with that vintage. But when my mother-in-law died, she didn't have those of her own. She had other jewelry, rings and all that, but she didn't have a proper croissant. So how am I going to put her on? She had a jiao tao sa inside, but how was I going to? Okay, I do all these things for my family. I dress them out. I don't leave that to the undertakers and all that. She had a kebaya, but she didn't have. She only owned gold croissant. She didn't have a silver. So what I did is I put it on temporary. I went to the silver shop immediately that morning. Bought 3 croissant rings, 3 ring croissant, and made my sister-in-law pay for it. Okay, it's not my duty as a daughter-in-law, but it's the daughter's duty to do that. So in the, I don't know whether anybody still practice it. In the Chinese lunar calendar, there are, especially for leap years, there are 2 of certain months of the year. You may have, we call it lungo, yeah? But maybe there are 2, 4 months, 2, 6 months or something like that. Are you aware of that? Chinese lunar calendar, sometimes there are 2, 7 months, there are 2, anyway, it's something like this. And during that time when there's a leap year and there's 2 of the same month, okay, lungo, the daughters will buy silver jewelry for their mothers. The daughters will buy silver jewelry for their mothers to keep until when the time comes. So my sisters-in-law didn't know about it, never bothered. So when my mother-in-law died, I just went to the shop, bought the silver croissant, made my sister-in-law pay. And they are happy. Silver at that time was very cheap. They're quite happy. That's their contribution. Okay? So, craftsmen. Many were Ceylonese. Did you know we call them Ceylonga? Okay? Yes, you've heard the word Ceylonga? These are Ceylonese craftsmen. P.H. Henry in KL, you live in KL, Stosh Brothers, P.H. Henry, all those are owned by Ceylonese. And in Penang we have a few Ceylonese, we had, okay, few Ceylonese craftsmen. And they had brought in their crafts from actually Ceylon. And Ceylon was a British colony then, so a lot of the jewelry, the Peranakan Swiss Chinese jewelry then, had very Victorian or Indian design. So the Ceylonese jewelers then would be commissioned by wealthy families to make nice pieces. So if you want, say, a set of croissant, in those days it's not as easy as now. Go to the jewelry shop, buy what you want. There was no such thing. Very few go. I'm talking about before the war. Okay, but these were craftsmen that you can commission, especially big items that's going to be heirloom. And in those days, you don't buy diamonds like you would in the shops. We would buy diamonds by the carats in a little bag. Okay, diamonds in a little bag by the carats. So if you want a set for you, like my grandfather, okay, he had 4 daughters. When he decided to make the daughters jewelry, earrings, pair of earrings, he had this Ceylonese jeweler mold the design that he wanted. You know, they tell them what design dangly earrings. They'll do the gold in the workshop. Once it's done, they come to your shop, at your house, and then you bring up your diamonds in the bag, and you look at the design, how many diamonds are needed. You will just hand it to them, and you sit in front of them and watch them like a hawk, because, well, that was the story we was told. They are good at picking up your diamond. It may be flawless, I don't know. Very good diamond, put it in their ear, put it in their nose, and swap your diamond, a good quality diamond, for a lower quality diamond. So that's how it was done in the old days. If you know somebody of my age or older, if they remember how things were done then, setting stones in your house before you. No shopping, because you can see. But you leave it to people who can do nonsense if they want to. But that was precaution. So the Cantonese jeweler came later. It started with the Sri Lankan, as far as I know, jewelers. Then the Cantonese jewelers came from China, and they started. And even then, you can't really buy good pieces from them. You would probably buy, what is average. You want a nice earring, okay, you buy it. But if it's specially made, it will be commissioned. They will make it specially for you. That's the Cantonese jewelers that came later. And a lot of Nyonya families in Penang, the wealthy, I'm talking about the wealthy, they actually commission big pieces from these Cantonese jewelers, Lily Yew, whatever, Namlung, whatever you have in Penang that I know, and they become one-of-a-kind family heirlooms. If you can find them, grab them. If you go to the Peranakan Museum in Singapore, my goodness, I don't know how they manage. A lot of Peranakan Nyonya jewelry are there in Singapore Museum. Big pieces, one of a kind. If you find a nice gold diamond belt, actually donated by Edmund Chin, those are one of a kind. And recently, they reopened after renovation the museum in Singapore. They managed to get from the Chung family, my goodness, a huge diamond pendant. I think it was more of a brooch than a pendant, but it was so huge. Family heirloom on loan to Singapore. It's sad, huh? So, anyway, coming back. This Nyonya has got a lot of stories. Motives of jewelry. See, the designs, if you look at Nyonya jewelry, there are some of them has got auspicious symbols, local, Dutch, Ceylonese ingots, gold coins. The gold coin, the Chinese gold coin that has got a square center, the round and a square center. And that is also one of the symbols they use for the charm bracelet and all that. And then you have the Dutch, of course, the tulips, design. And then you have, ingots. In the older days, they have the Chinese ingots. Yeah, they will also use that. And then, of course, there's the eternity knot. You know what eternity knots is, right? Those design. And Chinese calligraphy. You find some of our jewelry, like that one. It's a jade pendant, but then you can see that in gold that is full in Mandarin, in Hokkien. Can you see that? at the bottom. Sorry. Okay. See that? It's a very common character, hawk. So, and that is my paternal aunt, my father's sister. Her wedding. See what she has got up there. That is the 8 immortals. 8 immortals, you know the Chinese 8 immortals? That she wears it, this is her headdress, and then that's where she's got 8 immortals here. Yes?
Are these headdresses owned by the family?
No. Those days, the what we call the chingamma, they mind up kind of thing. They will arrange all these kind of things. Some people may have it, I do not know. I won't say, but most of them, you know, with the headdress, with the whole baju and all that, even those days it was, somebody had this, because in those days you need a matchmaker. These are all no love marriage, no. It was your parents who decide for you who you marry. You know, okay, I'm going to okay, I'm going to go off tangent. My parents were matchmaking. That was 1941, before the war. My parents were matchmaking. My father never knew my mom until the wedding day. So a lot of these costumes and all that, if they wore, it didn't belong to the family. They would have people who actually own them. But if you have, then maybe, I do not know. Okay? So in my family, I know my auntie, my father's sister wore this, but I don't think it belonged to the family. Okay? So, we are here. Headdress. Okay, you notice the headdress, which is actually, most of it, they are actually silver and gold plated. I came from China. I don't think they were actually gold, unless you're very rich and make here. And then we also have auspicious Buddhist signs. Swastika, you know the Buddhist sign, like the German, it's a different way, okay? It's swastika for Buddhism, and the German, it's different, huh? Yes? So they do have those designs. And also, if you see a pair of fishes, 2 fishes, that's also a very Buddhist design. Okay? And we have flowers. We have flora, flowers, fruits, leaves, seeds. Okay, that's a bunga tanjung. Okay, that's a typical bunga tanjung. Actually, this is a button. Belonged to my grandmother. That's diamond, and this is the petals of the flower. And you have fruits. You have okay. That's a tulip design. Can you see the tulip here? Yes. So it's a ring tulip design. And you have peonies. You have chrysanthemums, bunga tanjung. That's it. And also spices. You have star anise. You know, peka in Hokkien, 8 points. Okay, so this is considered star anise. Okay, and you have things like clove, you know, matching care. So we have the lilies like that also. Okay, then we go on to fauna, which means animals, birds, insects, fishes. And that, can you see, is a deer. Can you see the antlers here? And that's the head, and then the body, and the tail, that is the tail and the legs. That is a deer, it's part of a croissant actually, and the brooch. Okay? And deer in Chinese, it symbolizes longevity. You are aware of that? You have the sound, like the old guy, he has a deer beside him most of the time, and it symbolizes longevity. And we also have actually the mythical dragon, which is more for the men. Dragon is the male, a phoenix is the female. So a lot of our items are more with phoenix because the Nyonyas would wear phoenix. It symbolizes grace. Then we have Kilin. You know what a Kilin is? Kilin is also a mythical animal. It has got the head of a deer, but the body of the body is not like a deer. Kilin, do you know what a Kilin is? Yes? And also a Chuah. Chuah is a fish with a dragon head. And that is also protection because you can find that in roofs of houses and all that because it protects fire, lightning and all that. That's what Chuah is for. A fish with a dragon head. Okay, and we also have birds. Okay, this is a peacock. Can you see the peacock with its tail feathers? There's a nice pendant. There's a peacock there. And also a rooster. It's a necklace. These are the two roosters here. 1, 2. Can you see that? Yeah? This is a necklace with rooster. Oh, this is my favorite. A phoenix. Grace and beauty, the feminine to the dragon. Okay. And this is the head of the phoenix, the wings. Yeah? And this is ruby and gold. It is part of the croissant, the lower ring of the croissant toe. I'll come back to that. I'll come to that later. So again, you see this is a phoenix here. And this is actually Mandarin duck. Can you see the Mandarin duck? And Mandarin ducks made for life. It symbolizes fidelity and eternal love. So for weddings, you see the Mandarin duck very often. Yes, because it may made for life. Okay? And we also have insects. You have bees, you have dragonfly. This is a dragonfly. Can you see the dragonfly there? The wings, the head here, and the long tail. And we have things like spiders, butterflies, very common. Then we come to hairpins. Okay, hairpins. In Penang, or the north, the ladies wear 5 or 7 chuchuk sampo. Chuchuk sampo or hairpins? Yes, jama, we call it in Hokkien. We are very much influenced by the north. We are talking about Thailand, where the ladies have very lovely headdress, when they do dress up. In the south, the Nyonyas from Malacca, Singapore, they only wear 2. They have actually 2. I call them coffin heels. Very bad of me, but it's like the ear big, yeah, and only one which is which has got a floral design. So here we have got nice 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They start on 1 in the center, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's what the typical matriarch will be wearing. So it's 5 or 7. But this is only one when there's a ceremony, and they don't wear this every day at home. Okay? But this is what normally, this is very owned by the matriarchs in wealthy families. Then we have, for the less affluent, the silver gilt ones. These are all silver gilt. Some may have, this is emerald. These are without stones. Okay? And this one is with actually pearls. Okay? So the less affluent will wear silver gilt. So if you're really rich, you can have diamonds, but if you okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Earrings. Very common design that you wear every day. This is the Kumeta bintang in the center, and it's very common to see this. The other thing is typical of Penang, what we call Hong Boy earring. Hong is phoenix, boy is tape. Hong Boy earrings, you see this pair of phoenix? See the head? And it goes up. Can you see that? Yeah. So this design, which is actually could be a Parsi design, very Indian influence also, and you would have them going up. So they are mirror images. Okay. These are identical, but these are mirror images. So if you buy a set which has identical both left or both right, then something is wrong somewhere. Don't buy it. Okay, it has to be mirror image. This is what I'm wearing. Can you see? Never mind, we will go to this. Okay. Then we have floral dangling earrings. And this is a cluster of bintang with leaves. And this one is what we call bintang. Actually, this is the star. Okay, these are stars. This isn't diamonds, so these are stars. Yeah, the spikes of the star. Then we have what we call matching sets. We like to have our jewelry also with matching sets. These are just jade earrings. These are pendant, with a little bit of diamond, so it will match as a pair that you can wear daily. This is cabochon rubies with also a pendant matching, same stones kind of thing. And we also have convertibles. Now this is what we call convertibles. Nonyas, they are very, well, I don't know whether it's the Nonyas themselves or the jewelry makers. You see this dangling earring? And this is a start. From this dangling earring, you unscrew this, add it on here, and you get a start. Okay? And if you use this, put it on here, and it becomes a dangling earring. There's one pair of earring that is convertible. So the younger nonyas, they are very comfortable with dangling earrings. As you grow older, people like me, you prefer to wear just studs. So you can convert them. Can you understand what I'm saying? This is an attachment that was originally here. You remove this, okay, unscrew this, and put this on, you get this. Or you unscrew that and put it on here, and you get a stud. Okay? And then you have pendants, the designs. We have grapes, which is very common. Okay, grapes. Then we have bee. Can you see the bee here? Yes? And now we have a basket. Can you see a floral basket here? And these are the flowers and the leaves, floral basket. And crown, makota. So this is the shape of the crown. See? Okay? Then they come up with all sorts of names, and this is what I learned. Okay, for grand occasions, that's my parents on the 10th day of the wedding. It is different, not like grandmother's time. This is 1941. Mom had changed from her wedding dress, a white wedding gown, and she has flowers in her hair, which is what Nonyas do. When you remove your veil, okay, those days they wore veil, whatever, and you will have flowers in her hair. And she's in a cheongsam, chandelier earrings, and lovely big necklace diamonds. That's the handsome part. So this is the necklace. This is not her necklace, this is mine. So these are what we call a big, you will wear this for special occasions. That's actually a bird here. And that's it. And then you will have chandelier earrings like this. Okay? Chandelier earrings and also the bintang. Some of these are used as pendants. Some of them you remove this part, and the men will use that as bintang, the buttonhole for their jackets, the suits. Okay, you remove that, you turn it down, or you can actually remove that, and you can use it as your bintang. This is actually more starfish. Can you see? It's not like straight lines. It's more starfish. So, but we still call it bintang. Okay. Then we have the croissant. Okay. Croissant. That word. The Malays will call it kerongsang. The Nyonyas will call it croissant. Where did the word come from? There are people who say it came from the Dutch or the Spanish, kerongsang. Coranzon. Okay, how do you pronounce this? Any Dutch, any Spanish people around here? Yeah, actually it means heart. It's a heart shape. See what Grandma has got here? It's a heart shape. And in Spanish or in Portuguese, it's called coração. So I'm assuming, okay, because we part of the Strait settlement before that there was Dutch and the Portuguese rule. So they probably adapted that heart shape because that is still design is still go to Portugal in the old where they have old jewelry, they still have that. They do filigree designs with it, and it's a heart where they wear it as a pendant. They wear a lot of jewelry like our Nyonyas do, and that design is called heart. Sorry, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Sorry. So this is my father's maternal grandmother with her croissant toe. So in Penang, we call it croissant toe. The toe means peach, and peach is in the shape of a heart. So that is why we call this croissant toe. See? And the Malays and some people will call it the ibu. Okay, the ibu and the two anaks. You can, but these were actually worn when the ladies were wearing kebaya panjang, kebaya panjang, and these are suitable for kebaya panjang. The normal croissant that I wear now, okay, this is croissant rantai for our normal Nyonya kebaya. In the olden days when they were wearing kebaya panjang, they would use this. A croissant is actually is used as buttons. Our croissants don't have buttons. Kebaya panjang or normal Nyonya kebayas, there are no buttons. So the croissant actually are our Nyonya button kind of thing. Okay. So you've got the ibu and the anak, and in the south, Malacca, Singapore, they actually call it croissant sarong. So if you hear the word croissant sarong, croissant toe, croissant whatever, it means the same thing. Basically, there are a few differences. It takes practice. If you look at the design, you will know this came from Malacca, or this came from Singapore, or this came from Penang. With practice, you will. Okay. So the topmost piece is the peach. Okay, can you see? And it goes there. It symbolizes longevity. The two lower ones are just circles. This particular one actually has got it's an insect here. This is just two rings. It's actually, it looks like a little bird. And this is just a design. So this is in gold, actually gold painted with rubies. This is gold with intact. These are all gold intact. This is silver, gilt, and emeralds. So we had different types and different qualities. So if you come from a rich family, it may cost you a lot to have these big diamonds. Okay? Now, very difficult to find. If you have one, please keep it because nobody knows how to make all these anymore. Unless they use an old mold, then it's different. Then it's molded. These are all handmade. Huh? Okay, have I covered everything? Then we have the simple circular croissant. This is the Bintang one. See the stars here? Can you see the stars here? Yeah, with the sapphire. And these are rubies. And this is just different colored gold. And this is silver. These are different types which you would wear with your kabat panjang in the olden days. Okay? And then we come to Krosang Rantai. Yes, rantai is chain. So it's meant to complement our Nyonya kabayas like this. You have the chain. Okay? So just showing you example. This is a deer. Can you see the deer? The antlers there and the little deer. This one is a butterfly with the wings. And this is a sparrow. Can you see the sparrow here? Maybe here, there, with the wings and all that. So we have different designs. They are very innovative in those days. You know, that is why I'm saying, workmanship. Can you find people who would spend the time to make all this for you? These are all handmade, huh? Okay, belts. We have come to belts. Yes. The two belts here, silver belts, these are silver belts. The two belts here have got bigger buckles. Can you see this is a phoenix and these are two birds? The southerners prefer bigger buckles. Maybe it's the Indonesian or the Malay influence. They wear pending. You know what pending is? The big buckle. But the people in Penang would rather, for normal days, wear smaller buckles because we actually fold our sarong over it. We don't expose it. The southern people, they rather expose their belts. But, okay, this one, can you guess where this came from? I bought this in China. You go to Miao, you know the community, the Miao community, they love their silver. Everything in there is silver. And this was actually bought there. Silver. I'm not sure about the quality of the silver, but whatever it is, I just bought it because this is exactly what we wear here also. This one is a Swasa belt. I inherited this. This was made in Thailand. It has a Thai hallmark, and my grandmother. I'm from Penang. Our ancestry is from Penang, but because of tin mining, okay, my ancestors went to Phuket. They lived in Phuket. That's how the Phuket community was influenced by the Penang people, and she had this belt made in Thailand. And this is Swasa. That means it's gold, but only 30%, and the rest of it is copper. Okay? So, and we also have buttons. This is Swasa button, which you would wear, which a Nyonya would wear every day. You know, Nonyas at home, they wear a short white blouse. We call it tesa, with two white pockets, two big large pockets in front, and then they wear the sarong. They wear that at home, and they do not have buttons like what you have. They have buttons like these, where there's a ring. They would thread it through, and so when they want to wash their baju, they'll take this all out. So this one is gold with diamond. So you see this gold, and that's a diamond there. So this will probably they wear daily, and this is when she goes out. So Penang Nonyas, when they were wearing kabat panjang when they are going out, they would use organza, organdie, which is very fine material, it's see-through. So you can't just go out like that, so they would wear the tesa inside, the white short blouse inside, before they put on the baju panjang. And even in the days when they were wearing thick batik, kabat panjang, batik, they would still wear this white blouse inside when they are going out. They come home, it's too cumbersome, when the kabaya is panjang, they probably take it out and they will wear just a white short blouse inside. Okay, so bangles and bracelets. Remember the days when Mom wore 7 bangles? Or 7 days of the week, 7 sisters they call it. These simple bangles with design. Some of them are just zigzag, some of them are bamboo. Those were the days they would wear it every day. My mom used to do that. And then if you want to be more dressy, then you will have things like this. This is in town. This one is with rubies. This one is more elaborate. It's got design. So these are bangles. Bangles. Okay. Can you see? Okay, and they also have bracelets. Bracelets are flexible. So we have the design in the front, and then these are the flexible chain. We also rings, my favorite. Rings, my favorite. This is aeroplane, 21 stones. And it's got this zigzag thing, in, out, in, out. I don't know, maybe aeroplane tail, aeroplane wing. Okay. The other very popular design is what we call kana. Hokkien word for olive seed. You know what we say kana when you eat kana? The seed inside the center is a maki shape. What I'm wearing is a kana ring. It's just like it's just straight. Also 21 stones. Then this is mango. Can you see this mango? Yeah, maybe Indian influence. I'm not sure, but it's a pretty design. Mango. And cluster. 1 stone ring by 8, 9. In Hokkien, I'm talking Hokkien people, not Cantonese. Cantonese 8 is very good. In Hokkien, 9 is very good. 9, if you say in Penang Hokkien, you know, and Gao is 9. Cow, it also sounds like cow. And cow means complete, enough. So when you give oranges to somebody in Hokkien, it is 9, not 8. So when we have this cluster design, it's 1 stone in the center with 8. So that's symbolism, cow, complete. Okay? Now we come to anklets, dalam kaki. Probably Indian influence. Can you see the 2 here? These represent lotus buds. And the Indians would wear anklets. This is a robe design. We call it a robe design. It doesn't matter whether you're a young lady and old matriarch, you can still wear dalam kaki in the old days. Okay? But this is rangkai kaki. These are flexible chain anklets. They are meant for children and those of the world's oldest profession. Okay, what happens then when you have a child? You will have anklets for them because they make a clinking sound because sometimes they have a bell at the end. And when you put a child to sleep, you know, and the child wakes up, you're busy somewhere in the house. But when the child wakes up, they move, so you can hear, clink, 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 you know your child is awake. Or when the child goes missing, you got a huge house and the toddler goes around. You can find the toddler because of the sound they make. But when you reach puberty, Nonyas don't wear anklets anymore. Puberty, that's it, because it's only reserved for the ladies of the world's oldest profession. It symbolizes I'm available. So if I'm walking down the street and that goes cling, 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 you know I'm available for a price, okay? So Nonyas, no. Well, it doesn't happen now, but I'm telling you old grandmother stories. That was what it was. Okay? And, okay, we come to traditional styles. Jewelry actually, we call ourselves Swiss Chinese, Nyonya Baba. But the north and the south, I'm talking north means from Taipei, Ipoh, onwards the Nonyas from there, and the south meaning the Malaccans and the Singaporeans. The styles are slightly different. They like like I mentioned earlier, they like the big buckles. The Southerners like the big buckles. So this is the Phoenix, but the buckle is big. So it's because of the, like I said, Singapore, Indonesian, Malay influence. So, and the hairpins, like I said earlier, they're more elaborate in the north. Okay, what is Nyonya Jewellery actually? They are either antiques, which means they are 100 years and above. Any jewelry that's 100 years and above, you consider them antiques. 50 years and above, vintage. Okay? And replicas. Replicas can be newly made. It's an old design, but you manage to get it, made exactly the same. That's considered a replica, because if you're good at it, you look at it, you know it's newly produced either in Batu Pahat. They are being made right now. So be careful where you buy. Well, the gold, the diamonds may be of value, but the vintage value is different. Because a lot of vintage pieces, you got money also cannot buy them. Right? So, and then of course, the inspired pieces. You know, when Queen Elizabeth's centennial, before she died, the Singapore government gave her a beautiful, they talk about, oh, it's a Peranakan jewelry. But it was made by Foundation Jewelry. It's diamond inspired design. They had a bird in a round diamond design, and they say it's Peranakan. It's inspired. Okay? The basic brooch, which Queen Elizabeth wore a lot of times before she died. But it's an inspired piece. It wasn't a vintage piece made by Foundation Jewelry. You may have to pay. It's not one of a kind. You go to Singapore, you go to Foundation Jewelry, you can still buy it. Okay, pay Singapore dollars. But come to me, that gentleman at the back, he is a vendor of Peranakan jewelry. But we have something exactly the same with a bird, and take off the zeros. It's costume jewelry. Okay? Now, between you and me, don't tell the Singapore government I said that. Then we Teong. Okay, Teong Nyonya Jewellery. If you have a whole lot of Nyonya Jewellery, please keep them separately. Better with a cloth lining jewelry box, because it scratches. Our jewelry has got a lot of sharp edges, so your diamonds can scratch. Don't say diamonds are the hardest, but it can scratch. And sometimes what is worse is the stones may accidentally be removed because you've got too many things, and well, you know how it is. Sometimes when you put things that get stuck, and then when you try to remove it, you probably take off the stone. So try and keep them separately. Don't put them all together. Okay? And how to clean them? It's not only soap, your perfume, but try not to use, try not to wear your jewelry before you put your perfume on. Okay? Like any jewelry. It's just the luster goes off because it has collected a lot of dirt, sweat, whatever. So warm soapy water, get warm soap, your detergent, whatever your washing detergent is good enough. Warm soapy water, keep it there for a while, then use a very soft brush if you have to, or if not, just shake it off. Try not to use the vibrating machine, because sometimes with old jewelry, your claws may wear off, and sometimes when you use the vibrating machine, the stones may come off. But whatever it is, if you're washing it yourself, you trust unless you want to trust your jeweler to do it for you, just warm soapy water and then dry it. But before you throw away your water, please check. It has happened before. People just throw it in the sink and your diamond goes. If you can find one that replaces it, it's good. But what happens if you can't? It's such a pity. So check first before you throw in water, and take it out. Count your diamonds if you can. Okay. Traditional traditionally, what the Nyonyas do? The 5th day of the 5th lunar month, which is which is a very auspicious time of the year, where you have your Dragon Boat Festival, your Chang Festival. Yes, that is a very auspicious day, especially at noon, 12 noon, when the sun comes out. The chi is supposed to be so strong. So the Nyonyas will wash your jewelry and try to absorb the chi. Which is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't hide your jewelry in the safe, whatever. Take it out, wash them, use them regularly. You keep something in the cupboard for too long, it gets dull. Very. Okay? So, where are we? Sorry about that. Putting on Nyonya jewelry. Whatever works for you. Don't let anybody tell you, no, this is wrong, that is wrong. But I'm going to tell you what is traditionally done. Do what you want, but I'm trying to tell you what is traditionally done. Well, it takes practice. It's not easy putting on your krosang, but it takes practice with time. So you wear your first krosang on the cleavage, the last one at your waist, okay? First krosang on the cleavage, last krosang on the waist, and the one in between. So, it's also practice makes perfect. With the hairpins, 1 to sample daily for the sample Nyonya. Sample Nyonya is one small bun your grandmothers and all that used to have every day. You just need one to sample. That's enough. The 7 to 5 are for formal occasions only. Okay. Well, dangling earrings, like I said, drop dangling chandelier earrings are for the young, studs, ribbon earrings, married and older ladies, whatever makes you comfortable. Doesn't mean that this is not gospel truth. Whatever makes you comfortable. And like I said, earrings are either identical or mirror images. So if you buy 2 of these, no. Okay? It has to be mirror images. And putting on Nyonya jewelry. Krosang sets were one simple bar. You see this one? It's just a simple bar. This one has diamonds, but it's still simple. See, the days when they had this, how did they wear the krosang on the kebaya? You just put the 2 lapels together, pin it at the side. Pin it at the side. So you just, it's okay. The flap will open. Okay. But when krosang sets were more elaborate, started to jam, what you do is what I do now with your lapel, and you overlap and you pin on top. Because if you use the other system where you use just the bar, it will be standing up like that. It's not nice. You need your krosang to be on top of the lapels. Do you understand what I'm saying? So somebody says, no, my grandmother used like this. Well, if your grandmother used like this and you have a lovely krosang, why do you want to use it and hide your krosang? Might as well not use it, who safety pin. Sorry. If you have a nice one, please put it on top, don't put it at the side. I know people tell you, no, my grandmother used like this. Okay, your grandmother used like this. Maybe she didn't own what you have now. Okay, where to source for Nyonya jewelry? Auction houses, okay? If you go to auction houses, sometimes you can find them. You go to antique stalls, you go to goldsmiths, or you go to dealers, or people you know who are, word of mouth. Somebody wants to get rid of estate jewelry. Somebody is. So this is where you may find antique jewelry. What to look for? Hallmarks indicate the jeweler and where it's made. If you look at this, okay? If you look at this is a reverse of the krosang toe. This center one this is in Chinese character. It says silver, true silver. See that? Can you? Not all jewelry will have this. Okay, some only. That says true silver. That says Penang, Penang. The old way of saying Penang is Penang. So that says Penang. This says goldsmith shop. This is the name of the goldsmith shop. Penang. I tried. No, old one, whole shop already. But this is what it is. The hallmarks are there. So not all gold jewelry will have hallmarks. Most gold jewelry actually don't have. Vintage jewelry don't have. Okay, where SAS mark shows purity of the metal. It wasn't law. In Malaysia, it wasn't law until the 1980s, where when you buy jewelry, gold jewelry, it will have the chalk that says 916. You never heard of the word 916 before. 916 means 91.6% gold. Singapore started it, and then Malaysia followed suit in the 1980s. So if you find a piece of jewelry that says 916, you know it's quite new. Okay? It's 1980 because before that nobody had those hallmark chalks because it wasn't law. The purity of the gold could be low, high, whichever. I'm not saying that, I have got a very old piece of jewelry that was tested and it was more than 20 karat gold. Originally, there were no chalks, but we had it tested. Yeah? So, what you, looking for, let's say, is mark. It's not like silver. Do you know in silver, where silver is concerned, that internationally they have, because 925 sterling silver as a chalk, even the Chinese produce the silver pieces, they always had the chalk. It can be an alphabet which denotes which year. There's a standard. You go to Sheffield, there will be a design. You go to somewhere, it's always there's a chalk which factory came from, what year. Not so much gold. Okay? And what happens now? Nyonya jewelry is actually quite rare. If you own one, please keep them. They are expensive, and most of them are collector's items. It happens in most families. The jewelry are broken up and divided, or so long melted down, lost, and we have lost these skills. Mom has got one set of Kurosa. She's got 3 daughters. What's she going to do? Take on one daughter, one. If that happens to you, my suggestion, buy off your sibling. Buy it off your sibling. Offer your sibling a price they cannot refuse. Okay? Then you have the whole set. If not, it's just one, which you can use, of course, for other purposes. Like I said, the skill is lost. It is very, very difficult to find. You may find the odd old goldsmith who can still do it, but it's never the same. If you look at really good old pieces, it's so intricate, everything is handmade. Not now, the ones that are reproduced actually, they are actually molded. Finishing touches by hand, but they are actually molded. Too identical. When something is too identical, it's molded. And if you have something that you do not want to use for its original purpose, repurpose it for contemporary attire, hair ornaments. See, this is 3 Rosam pieces. What I've done is I've attached it to this wire coat. See, this is a wire hair coat. Okay? I attach my close-up to it, and I can use it as a slip for my hair. I want to bling and look pretty, I can do that. Okay? And also, you see, you have the langkaki which nobody uses anymore, right? Frame it out. Look at that. Frame or display your pieces. I don't know. Somebody says, I want to frame my dangling earrings and use it as display. Why not? See? So, okay, this is what you can do. If you have something, put it on your evening purse if you don't want to wear it. Pin it on your evening purse when you're going out. Looks so pretty, right? And why must you advertise for VL
or LB, whatever, Christian Dior, whatever. Now you put it on your shoe. Isn't that pretty? Or use it as a scarfing, earrings. I saw somebody with a wristband. What she did was, on her wristband, she pinned a croissant, a small brooch. That is so lovely, like a bracelet. And to end this, we should wear our jewelry to keep our rich cultural heritage alive. They are beautiful works of art, right? And it's a joy forever. Right? Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Sorry, any questions? Anything you are not clear about? No? Yes?
This is all about the women's side. In the male side of your family, where?
Okay, same question, same answer. I'm going to give somebody at last month. My story is Nyonya Jewellery, but I'm going to come to the Baba Jewellery since you asked the question from a Baba. Right? Yes, we actually have Baba Jewellery also. Your bintang, which the men would wear instead of a buttonhole. The Swiss Chinese, we must be secret atas. The British, when they wear the tuxedo, whatever, they will have a buttonhole, a rose bud or something, right? When you're going when your wedding, you would have a buttonhole. Why we use buttonhole? It is not a corsage. A women wear corsage. The buttonhole. It could be a rose bud. The Chinese would use red ribbon. They put a red ribbon there. But the Swiss Chinese, we have a nice big bintang, diamond, the star. I showed you the bintang, so that they use it as not a corsage, but for the buttonhole for the men. Got it? That's one thing. The men used to have waistcoats with watches. Remember the olden days? So they had this big watch, pocket watch, they call it. So that chain could be very elaborate, diamond encrusted. Then tie pins. Okay? Those days people use tie pins. The Babas actually have tie pins. It may be a dragon, it may be your initial, your name, but it's a tie pin. When tie pins were fashionable, nobody used a tie pin anymore, huh? Right? So rings, men, you have signet rings. British schools, they have their varsity rings or whatever. It applies to the Babas also. They probably have their initials. My father had gold with Platonic. So his initials were LKL. So it's Lim Cat Lee, LKL. So his ring was made for him. It just so happened my brother, his initials were still the same, LKL for Lim Kun Lau. So he could inherit that ring using the same initials. Yes, anybody else off the head can't think of anything else that Baba would wear?
How about earrings and necklaces?
Oh my goodness, which Baba wore earrings?
Because the Indian men also used to wear.
Okay. I don't think any Baba will be seen alive with an earring. But Indian culture, even for babies, whether it's male or female, Indian culture, I'm aware. If they know, okay, male son, the gods will take them away. Let's pierce her ear, put on an earring in Indian culture, and it protects the child. But for a Baba, no. Now you can do anything. Okay? Now you can do anything. But I'm telling grandmother stories. My sharing today is grandmother stories, my period, my time, my experiences. Before I go, well, this is my experiences. So if you're asking me whether Babas wore earrings, no. Not as far as I know. What was the other one you mentioned, sir?
Necklace gelang kaki.
What?
Gelang.
Oh no, this is women. This is all women. Gelang kaki, meant for women. Necklace. No, Papas don't wear necklaces. Not as fast. Oh, but if they are having a talisman, okay, for protection, if they have been given a talisman for protection, maybe you have some Thai blood, they have this tangkai, that tangkai. You know what I mean by tangkai, a talisman? Then maybe they will have a long chain. They will hide it up. It's not meant for exposure. So you may not see, but the family will know. That's for protection purposes only, and not to flaunt it. So if you look at old portraits of Peranakan, straight Chinese family, the men would probably only have the bintang or something to that equivalent. Yeah, nothing else. Nothing as far as I know. Okay. Later, my dad's time, they had tie pins, very Anglophile. Okay, they had tie pins. Cufflinks, yes, cufflinks too, because they were in tuxedos. So you need cufflinks to make it. Yeah, they would have cufflinks too. Sometimes it's initial, sometimes just a Chinese word, hawk. Sometimes it could be some very small for your cufflinks. You know that when men used to wear tuxedos, right, collared shirts, right? So if you're talking about that period, yes. Yes, dear.
You mentioned the Nyonya mourns for 3 years, right?
Yes.
So who is the mourning for? Is it just for parents, grandparents, children?
Okay, it depends on what period and how traditional Chinese. It's a Chinese custom, huh? It's not something that we recreated. It's a typical Chinese custom. For us, because we were wearing kabayas and sarongs, and the jewelry that goes with it also is black and white for the first year, for the parents. I mean, we are talking about very close-knit families. Extended families, you just go 49 days, 100 days, that's fine. But immediate family is 3 years. I went to school, I'm from the convent, blue pinafore with white blouse. I wore black pinafore to school for the first year when my grandparents died. Black pinafore, which is unheard of nowadays. Okay? So for the first year, black and white. In fact, the first few months, 49 days, it was either the raw silk, which is like the moa, the kind of thing, and also black, full black, and not normal full black, no, actual black that turns your body even when you stretch like. And then later it's white. So then we move on to white and blue, and then end in the green. So 3 years, my dear. Does answer your question? Yes. Anything else? Anybody? Any questions?